Hello everyone. Let us we will study our next point, that is temperature, stress and strain. Okay. So first of all we will see what is meant by temperature, stress and strain. When the temperature will rise or fall, if the temperature in any body will rise or fall, there will be a expansion or contraction in the member. Okay. For example, this is the member. If the temperature is rising or falling in this member, then there is a expansion or contraction in this member. Okay, the deformation due to this variation in the temperature is not prevented, then it is called as a natural deformation. Okay, if the deformation is not prevented, then deformation in such a condition is called as a natural deformation. No stress or strain is developed when the deformation is natural one. Okay, if the deformation is natural, then there is no change in the stress or strain. Okay, so this is a general idea about temperatures, stress and strain. Okay, so let us we will study first of all temperature, strain. So generally this question is asked for the 5 times for the university exam. So let us we will see what is meant by temperature, strain. Temperature strain is nothing but it is the ratio of free expansion prevented to the original length of bar. And as you know very well that free expansion prevented can be denoted by, or it is denoted by alpha TL divided by L. This LL get cancelled and it is nothing but E is equal to temperature strain. Strain is denoted by small e is equal to alpha into T. Okay. In some cases there is some gap between support and the element. That gap here is denoted and this is length of element, its other end is also fixed. In that case, if the support is yield, means there is a gap between this fix and the element. In that case, the strain is denoted by free expansion prevented, same formula. Okay, it is same formula but only we are deducting this gap. So free expansion prevented minus gap divided by original length of bar. Therefore free expansion, as you know, it is denoted by alpha TL minus gap divided by L. Okay, so there are two conditions. This is first one and this is second one if the support is yield. Okay, so this is about temperature, strain. This question is asked for the 5 times. It is the ratio of free expansion prevented to the original length of bar. Okay, so next, thermal stress, okay, or temperature stress. So when the expansion or contraction of the member, when the expansion or contraction of the member due to the temperature variation is prevented, okay, then the stress induced in the member is called as a temperature stress. Okay, very simple. When the expansion or contraction of the member due to the temperature variation is prevented, then the stress developed, it is called as a temperature stress. When the temperature is rises, the stress induced in the member is compressive in nature. Okay, when the temperature rises, the stress induced in the member is compressive, and when the temperature fall, when it is fall, then the stress induced in the member is a tensile nature. Remember this point. Okay. Now we know that capital E is equal to sigma by AT. This is the general formula, where AT is the change in length prevented to the original length, already we have seen. Okay, so L into alpha T divided by capital L, it is nothing but ET is equal to alpha into small t. Therefore we can say that this formula becomes sigma is equal to capital E into alpha T. Okay, and where alpha is nothing but coefficient of thermal expansion in per degree Celsius or per degree Kelvin. While solving the problem, you must know the meaning of this all the letters. So alpha is nothing but coefficient of thermal expansion in per degree Celsius or per degree Kelvin. Capital T is the temperature variation in degree Celsius or degree Kelvin. Capital E is nothing but the Young's modulus in megapascal, and sigma is nothing but stress induced due to the change in the length prevented. Okay, so try to mug up this all the terms. Okay, while solving the problem, you must know what is the meaning of these all terms. Okay, so this is about temperature, stress or strain. Okay, let us we will see the numericals. First of all, we will see the numericals depend upon the temperature, stress or strain on uniform bar. Okay, bar having a uniform cross section. We will see the first of all problem depending upon the uniform bar. Okay, so there are two conditions in that case. First one, ends are rigidly fixed, and second one, ends are yielding. It is the condition of no yielding at the support, and it is the condition of yielding, that means a gap. Okay, already we have seen what is meant by yielding. Okay, so first one, ends are rigidly fixed, that means no yielding at the support. Okay, in that case, free expansion can be calculated by free expansion delta L is equal to alpha T into L. Temperature strain in first case is calculated by small e is equal to delta L divided by capital L, and it is nothing but, already we have seen, it is nothing but alpha into T. Similarly, temperature stress sigma is equal to small e into E, and small e is nothing but alpha into T, therefore alpha T into E. Okay, these three formulas for the no yielding condition. And next, if the ends are yield, means there is a gap between element and the support, then in that case free expansion can be calculated by the formula delta L is equal to alpha TL minus gap. This formula slight changes, minus gap, we are including minus gap terms in the previous formula. So it is nothing but delta L is equal to alpha TL minus gap. Temperature strain can be calculated by the formula small e is equal to delta L divided by L. It is nothing but we are including this gap which is already given in the problem statement. Okay, so there is a slight change in the previous formula and this formula. Similarly, temperature stress can be calculated by sigma is equal to small e into capital E. Okay. Okay. So let us, we will see the problem depending upon the uniform bar. Okay. This problem is asked for the 6 marks for the university exam, for the 2007 exam. Okay, for 6 marks. Let us, we will try to solve this problem. First of all, try to understand the problem statement. So a rail of 10 meter length is given. Each are laid on the track in the morning. Okay, there is a condition at the morning when the atmospheric temperature is given, that is 12 degrees Celsius. A gap of 3 mm, gap is also given 3 mm, was kept between two consecutive rails. Okay, this is the gap between two consecutive rails. Okay, at what maximum temperature the rail will remain stress free? Okay, that means what maximum temperature the rail will remain stress free, there is no any stress at a maximum temperature. If the temperature is raised, that temperature whatever we have found, if that temperature is raised further by 10 degrees Celsius, then what will be the magnitude of stress? Then we have to find out in that case the magnitude of stress induced in the rail. Also take capital E is equal to 200 gigapascal, and alpha is also given 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Okay, so this is the problem statement. This problem is asked for the 6 mark for the university exam. Okay, so you must know what the quantity are given in the given data, then and then only you are able to solve the problem. So we will try to write the given data first of all. So what we have given, we have given a rail of 10 meter length. Okay, so L is given, L is equal to 30 meter, sorry 10 meter, L is equal to 10 meter. Then next, a 10 meter length. Each are laid on the track in the morning when the atmospheric temperature is given, that is 12 degrees Celsius. Let us it is assume T1 is equal to 12 degrees Celsius. When the atmospheric temperature was 12 degrees Celsius, a gap is given, that is 3 mm, kept between two consecutive rays. At what maximum temperature the rays will remain stress free if the temperature is raised further? So they also given T2 is equal to 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, also they have given value of capital E is equal to 200 gigapascal. It is nothing but 200 into 10 raised to 3 megapascal. Okay, also they have given alpha is equal to 12 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Okay, so these all quantities they have given in the problem statement. Okay, so we have to find out this maximum temperature and the stress. Okay, so how to find out? To find temperature and sigma stress. So let us as you know very well that already we have seen the formula, free expansion is equal to, it is nothing but delta L is equal to alpha TL. This is formula we have seen already. Okay, this is the formula, delta L is alpha into TL. Okay, so put the values. Delta L free expansion, that is nothing but gap already which is given, that is 3 mm. 3 is equal to 12 into 10 raised to minus 6. Alpha is given into T into L is given, that is 10 meter. Okay, so that means 10,000 mm. Okay, so the value of T becomes, T is equal to 25 degrees Celsius. So the rail will be stress free at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. That means the rail is stress free at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. Again they have said that if the temperature is increased by the 10, then what will be the effect? So if the temperature is raised by the 10 degrees Celsius, then in that case T is equal to 12, this already 12 plus 10 is equal to 22 degrees Celsius, and it is less than 25 degrees Celsius. Already we have brought from the calculation. Okay, that means what it means, there is a no temperature stress induced in the bar because this value is less as compared to this 25 degrees Celsius. That means there is a no temperature stress induced in the bar. Okay, very simple. I hope you are getting whatever I said to you. This question is asked, this problem is asked for the 6 mark for the university exam. Okay, now we will see the next problem. This problem is asked for the 4 marks for the university exam. Let us we will read the problem statement. A jet aircraft, this is the practical example. A jet aircraft made from a titanium and of a length of 30 meter. So they have given the length L is equal to 30 meter, measured on a ground at a temperature of 35 degrees Celsius. So T1 is equal to 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. When the jet flies in a sky at a considerable altitude, maximum temperature recorded by the body is 535 degrees Celsius. That means it is value of T2. T2 is equal to 535 degrees Celsius. Find the overall change in the length. That means delta L we have to find out. Coefficient of linear expansion for the titanium is given, that is it is nothing but alpha is equal to 10 into 10 raised to minus 6 per degree Celsius. Okay, so this is the given data and we have to find out delta L is equal to what. Okay, so let us we will try to solve the problem. So in similar way, expansion of rod delta L is equal to alpha TL, same formula. So put all the values. Alpha is given 10 into 10 raised to minus 6 into T is, how to find out T? In this case we have given the two temperature, therefore small t is equal to T2 minus T1. T2 is 535 minus T1 is 35. It is nothing but 500 degrees Celsius. Okay, so put this value of T in this formula. T is equal to 500 into L is nothing but, it is given that is 30, it is in meter, so convert it into mm. 30 into 10 raised to 3. So after putting all this value into the calculator we will get 150 mm. Okay, it is delta L and this is the final answer. Okay, so overall change in the length of aircraft is delta L is equal to 150 mm. This is the final answer and this question is asked for near about 4 marks for the university exam. So thank you so much. This is about for the today's lecture. Thank you.